If you find yourself walking into a room and immediately forgetting why, or struggling to pull up a name you know perfectly well, your brain is sending you a signal, and we can address it today. These moments of cognitive static, what we often call brain fog, are more than just frustrating. They often signal a nutritional need, not a permanent decline. You might feel like you are losing a vital step in your independence, but I want to assure you, the struggle with memory and focus as we age is often not a permanent sentence. It is often a nutritional signal that can be fixed with simple, accessible food choices. Today, we are looking at three specific, accessible foods that are scientifically linked to both boosting memory function and elevating mood. These are not exotic powders, nor are they expensive, hard-to-find supplements. In fact, one of the most powerful solutions for fighting brain fog is a simple, cheap vegetable you probably already buy, but you might be preparing it in a way that minimizes its brain-boosting power. We will show you the simple swap you need to make with that vegetable, but first, let's look at why diet matters so much to our focus after 55. We hear all the time about anti-aging products, creams, serums, and joint supplements. But we rarely focus enough on anti-aging for the organ that truly defines our vitality and independence. The true enemy of sharp focus and resilient memory is chronic inflammation. Think of inflammation as internal brain rust. It builds up over years and slows down the communication pathways between your neurons. When that communication slows, you forget where you put your keys. You struggle to retrieve a recent fact. You feel a generalized mental sluggishness. This interference is not permanent damage. It is interference that simple nutrition can mitigate. The exciting news is that food is one of the fastest, most effective tools we have to scrub away that brain rust. We focus on neuronutrition, the specific vitamins, healthy fats, and antioxidants that protect your neurons and stabilize your mood. Our approach here is always simple, actionable, and based on solid evidence, helping you live with greater clarity. If you appreciate clear, step-by-step guidance that respects your time and health, consider subscribing to the channel right now. We deliver practical vitality tips every single week. Before we introduce our three specific brain boosters, we must quickly address the memory saboteur lurking in most kitchens: refined sugar. The number one thing many people grab when they feel that afternoon slump, a cookie, a soft drink, or a sugary coffee, is the very thing that sets them up for a bigger crash later. Refined sugar causes a dramatic spike in blood sugar, followed by a steep drop. That sudden crash mimics true mental fatigue, leading to irritability, anxiety, and deep brain fog. This cycle is hard to break. If you are replacing nutrient-dense whole foods with processed snacks that are high in hidden sugars, you are actively starving your brain of the protective antioxidants it requires. The essential takeaway here is simple. Choose whole fruit over juice. Choose the whole grain over the highly processed white flour product. Every time you make that simple swap, you are actively choosing sustained focus over frustrating fatigue. Let's move on to our first powerhouse food. This is an ingredient that specifically targets processing speed and visual memory, both crucial for a sharp mind. Brain food number one, the green pigment power. Our first brain champion is the dark leafy green. Specifically, we are looking at spinach and kale.
When discussing brain foods, most people immediately prioritize omega-3s. We will certainly address those, but we must not overlook the profound power of lutein and zeaxanthin. These are two specific carotenoid pigments that give greens their deep, vibrant color. Why should you care about plant pigments? Because they act like a natural, protective filter for your eyes and your cognitive center. Lutein actually accumulates in the macula of your eye, filtering harmful high-energy light. Research consistently shows that older adults with higher concentrations of lutein also demonstrate better performance on memory tests and speedier cognitive processing. Think of it this way: what protects your sight helps significantly protect your thought process. The problem? Most adults simply do not consume enough dark leafy greens to make a significant difference. We tend to only have a small side salad every now and then. We need consistency and quantity to build up that protective pigment shield. So, here is the quick, actionable tip you can implement today. Use frozen spinach. Fresh spinach takes up massive volume and wilts down to almost nothing, making it hard to get a therapeutic dose. Frozen spinach, however, is flash frozen and densely packed, and it lasts indefinitely. The real secret is that you truly cannot taste it when it is blended correctly. Try making this simple 2-minute green memory shake. Take half a cup of frozen spinach, a large handful, a few pieces of frozen banana or a handful of blueberries for sweetness, and a source of healthy fat like a tablespoon of chia seeds or almond butter. Blend this mixture with water or milk. You instantly deliver a huge concentrated dose of lutein and brain-protecting antioxidants without any bitterness or excessive sugar. Make this your daily habit. You are not just drinking a smoothie, you are fundamentally feeding your focus center. But wait, why is adding fat crucial to this green shake? Lutein is a fat-soluble nutrient, meaning your body can only properly absorb it when it is consumed alongside a small amount of healthy fat. If you skip the nut butter or the chia seeds, you are essentially washing the nutrients down the drain. This small addition makes the entire meal smarter. Brain food number 2, the tiny mood miracle. Now we must address the fats. We all recognize the importance of omega-3 fatty acids, specifically DHA and EPA, to maintain healthy, flexible cell membranes in the brain. If your brain cells are healthy and pliable, they communicate faster. When communication is fast, your retrieval speed, that's how quickly you remember a person's name, improves dramatically. If you are looking for omega-3s that are proven to boost your mood, why are you paying 3 times as much for the wrong fish? Most people rush to buy expensive large salmon when they want omega-3s. While salmon is great, it is often costly, and many people worry about sourcing and mercury levels. I want to introduce you to the true, unsung champion of accessible neuronutrition, canned sardines or mackerel. These small, powerful fish deliver a massive amount of mood-boosting power, exceeding many popular sources. Because they are low on the ocean food chain, they contain significantly lower levels of environmental contaminants compared to larger, longer-lived fish. Crucially, they contain a huge dose of 2 critical nutrients working in tandem, omega-3s naturally, but also choline. Choline is absolutely vital for producing acetylcholine, which is the key neurotransmitter responsible for learning, memory, and, most importantly, sustained attention. When choline levels are low, memory retrieval feels sluggish, and mood can often dip into a low-level anxiety or irritability. By combining high omega-3s and high choline in a simple, inexpensive package, small fish offer a powerful synergistic effect. They are, quite literally, both brain fuel and mood stabilizers wrapped into one compact meal. If you struggle with that mid-afternoon brain fog and a frustrating dip in energy or mood, your brain might not be tired, it is hungry for this specific combination of healthy fat and choline. You do not need to deal with cooking or cleaning an entire fish. Canned varieties, particularly those packed in simple olive oil or water, are perfectly accessible and shelf-stable. So, how do you eat them if you are hesitant or new to small fish? Do not overcomplicate the process. Try making a quick, savory spread. Drain the fish well, mash it thoroughly with a fork, add a splash of fresh lemon juice, a little olive oil, and some cracked black pepper. Spread this mixture on whole grain crackers, cucumber slices, or a piece of whole wheat toast. It takes less than 5 minutes, and you have delivered the most powerful, affordable, mood-lifting snack possible. This simple dietary switch is capable of making a major difference in your daily vitality and mental stamina. How often do you need to eat them? Aim for 2 to 3 servings of fatty fish per week. If canned fish is truly not palatable, look into high-quality fish oil supplements. But remember, they will often lack the natural choline found in the whole food source. Brain food 3, the accessible snack. We have covered greens for memory speed and small fish for sustained mood and retrieval. Now, let's talk about a satisfying, highly crunchable food that helps block the very brain rust we discussed earlier. Our third essential food is the walnut. Walnuts are often hailed as the perfect brain food because, by pleasant visual coincidence, they look exactly like a tiny human brain. While that is fun, the real power lies in their nutrition profile. Walnuts are the best source of plant-based omega-3s, specifically ALA. But they are also exceptionally rich in vitamin E and powerful compounds called polyphenols. Vitamin E acts as a potent antioxidant, meticulously protecting the delicate fatty cell membranes of your brain from continuous oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is the primary driver of inflammation and wear and tear. When you consume walnuts consistently, you actively build up a protective shield against the everyday strain that contributes to subtle cognitive decline. More importantly for daily function, walnuts are a profoundly satiating food. They contain healthy fats, protein, and a good dose of fiber. When you choose a handful of walnuts instead of a highly processed carbohydrate or sugar snack, you prevent the dramatic blood sugar spike and subsequent crash that kills focused energy. Walnuts provide long-lasting, steady energy for sustained cognitive work. But we can make this snack combination even better by pairing it with its natural, perfect companion, blueberries. Blueberries are famous for containing powerful compounds called anthocyanins, which are specifically linked to improved short-term memory function and learning retention. They are fantastic at scavenging free radicals. The combination of walnuts and blueberries gives you a dual-action defense against inflammation, the vitamin E from the walnuts and the powerful anthocyanin antioxidants from the berries. Keep a small, measured portion, about a quarter cup of each, in a sealed container for your desk or next to your favorite chair. When you feel the need for focus or a snack, reach for that exact combination. It's the easiest, zero-prep step you can take today to sharpen your mental edge. Overcoming barriers, consistency, and adaptation. We started this journey talking about that simple, cheap vegetable that fixes brain fog, the frozen leafy greens, and the power of lutein. Now that you understand the specific roles of the greens, the small fish, and the walnuts, you can build a comprehensive brain diet. But success requires consistency, and consistency often means overcoming physical or logistical barriers. Let's quickly address 3 common objections and adaptation needs, especially for adults over 55. First, what if I have trouble chewing nuts or dense vegetables? This is a very common issue, and the solution is always blending, grinding, or mashing. If whole walnuts are too hard or cause digestive discomfort, switch entirely to walnut butter, or simply grind them into a powder and sprinkle that powder generously over your morning oatmeal, yogurt, or even into that green smoothie. If you cannot comfortably chew large amounts of greens, the smoothie method we mentioned is your perfect lifeline. Blending delivers the nutrition without the need for extensive chewing. Always prioritize nutrient access over rigid texture perfection. Second, I cannot eat fish every week. What is my second best option? If sardines or mackerel are absolutely off limits, prioritize eggs for choline. Eggs are one of the best sources of choline available, provided you eat the yolk, which holds the majority of the nutrient. Pair these eggs with ground flax seeds or chia seeds for a plant-based boost of omega-3s, ALA. You must be resourceful, but the nutrients are always accessible somewhere. Third, I am taking multiple medications. Are there dietary interactions I need to worry about? While we must stress that we cannot give personalized medical advice, the great benefit of these 3 foods is that they are whole, recognized food sources, not isolated high-dose supplements. However, if you are currently on blood thinners, you must talk to your primary physician about consistency when increasing vitamin K intake, found heavily in those dark greens. The key with any dietary change while on medication is gradual, consistent intake, always informing your healthcare team of significant changes. Do not make drastic shifts overnight. Finally, remember that the power of food lies in consistent volume. You do not need a huge, complicated gourmet meal every day. Focus on adding just one key ingredient per meal. a handful of greens with your eggs at breakfast, walnuts as a midday snack, small fish once or twice a week. Simple, persistent repetition is the most powerful tool for sustainable neuronutrition. We also added a gentle movement bonus because the brain never works in isolation. You can eat all the perfect foods, but if your blood supply is sluggish, the nutrients cannot reach your brain cells fast enough. Studies repeatedly show that just 5 minutes of gentle post-meal movement, a slow walk around the house, a simple chair stretch sequence, or marching slowly in place significantly helps. This mild activity encourages robust blood flow, which rapidly helps deliver those memory-boosting omega-3s, vitamin E, and lutein directly to your cognitive centers. Never sit completely still for 3 hours after a large meal. Get up, move gently, and let the food start working for you immediately. Let's bring it all back together. Fighting memory loss and boosting your daily mood is a simple 3-part strategy focusing on accessible ingredients. 1. Dark leafy greens. Protect your brain cells and speed up communication with lutein. Commit to the frozen spinach shake method for ease. 2. Small fish, sardines, mackerel. Stabilize your mood and sharpen memory retrieval with the powerful combination of omega-3s and choline. 3. Walnuts. Protect your brain from daily stress and provide sustained, steady focus energy with vitamin E. Always pair them with blueberries for the ultimate antioxidant effect. Choose just one of these foods to incorporate into your routine this week. Start with the one that feels easiest, whether it is blending that spinach or buying a can of prepared sardines. Make that small, meaningful commitment today. If you found even one swap you can use this week to sharpen your focus and lift your mood, please hit the like button on this video right now. Liking the video tells YouTube that this kind of clear, step-by-step, evidence-based guidance matters to you. And if you want to keep building a healthier, more vibrant life with simple nutrition and movement tips designed specifically for adults 55 and over, subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell. Your sharpest focus and best memory are still ahead of you. It's time to start fueling them right.